Hello everyone, welcome back to the Adpocalypse 2.0 for Black Friday 2023. So far we've seen a good variety of stuff. We've seen a lot of, video game, blockbuster video, a few food things, board games. Let's continue on and let's see what's next in our Marathon React event. Oh, Power Ranger, your new Power Ranger. Go.
Now with the Creepy Crawlers Workshop, if you want a Power Ranger, you've got a Power Ranger. Blue, black, yellow, pink, and red. Don't fear.
Wow! The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are here!
There's no need to...
Okay, hold on a second here. Hold on. That's not the Power Rangers theme song. What is that song they're playing? It's like a knockoff of the Power Rangers theme song. They couldn't get the real Power... They got the licensing to use the Power Rangers brand, but they didn't have the rights to use the real song? What the hell is that? That is so stupid. So for those who don't know, Creepy Crawlers was a toy in the 1990s, or was it? Because what it was, wasn't it like, I want to say it was like liquid plastic or rubber, and what you would do, you would take the liquid and you would spray it into a mold, and you would do it in a way so you do different colors. So you could do like, okay, the first layer, I want to be white. So you take the white one and you would only spray and fill in little areas in the mold. Then the second layer, I want to be black. So you get the black one and you would fill in. And then, oh, the back, I want to be like red. So you could do different layers of this goo. And what you saw there, no kidding, is basically the equivalent of the Easy Bake Oven. And if you don't know, Easy Bake Oven was something, back then they said it was only for girls. Today they would say, oh, it's unisex. You can't gender it, right? But basically what it was is you would get like a little tray just like that, but you would put baking materials in it. And you would bake, and you would come out with a little treat. You get like a little muffin, a little cookie, or something like that. It was basically it was the equivalent of like a little mini oven for girls to learn how to get into baking products, right? So this was supposed to be the manly version of that, where you would use rubberized plastic in things and fill a mold, put it into an oven, and it would come out of the oven baked, and it would be like a little toy. Now, was it the same as an action figure? No. Look at this kid. Look how he's holding it. My precious Power Ranger. Don't touch him. It's just a little figure. It's not a big deal. But yeah, you could play with it. It was like a little toy or whatever. Mostly, though, Creepy Crawlers was for bugs. Like, you'd make little rubber bugs and stuff like that. But it was funny because I guess what they did, they started doing licensed crossovers. So here's one right here where it's the Power Rangers figures, right? There you go.
Hide with the Power Rangers by your side.
Good night.
What? He said good night to the Power Rangers? Oh, no. Oh, no. Do you see what I mean about these ads? Like I had no issue with the ad until there. Like, I'd be like, I don't want little Timmy to have this. I don't want him talking to his Power Rangers to go to sleep at night. Like, they're not real. All right?
Let the power protect you. Creepy Crawlers
That wasn't even the real voice of Zordon. They couldn't get the real song, and they couldn't get the real voice of Zordon. They could have just ripped a line out of the show. Oh, my God.
Mold packs and workshop sold separately. Parents put it together. Light bulb.
Power Rangers mold packs and workshop are sold separately. Parents put it together. Light bulb not even included. So you have to buy one pack. That's the thing that bakes it. You have to buy the molds separately to put into the baking set. It doesn't come with the bulb you need to have it bake the stuff. How much did you have to spend on this thing? I never had it. I knew the ads because the ads on TV were very notable. I never owned this thing. Did anyone actually own one of these things in the 90s? This seems like an expensive venture. Like $100 to have the whole set or something, right? And also, kids, they didn't get that shit in the mold. That shit went all over your house, right? And I wonder how liquid plastic or rubber, how hard it was to get it off of stuff, right? Anyway, all right.
Not included from Toymax.
Power Ranger.
Hey,
Oh, they're there
now
again.
You can grab the power with the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger food.
Food?
Great tasting food just for you. First, there's the tasty and terrific mac and cheese dinner. Next, 2 more phenomenal canned power pasta products. Spaghetti rings in tomato and cheese sauce, or spaghetti with meatballs and tomato sauce. Lastly, the Mighty Morphin granola bars in 2 different flavors, chewy chocolate chip and delicious peanut butter chocolate chip.
It's all the shit you don't want your kids eating, right? Oh God, it's literally like all the stuff, the worst quality, ultra processed, dried, no nutritional value food. I guess the granola bars maybe aren't that bad. The granola bars at least have something in them, right? But, ugh. Cyber says I owned the edible version of Creepy Crawlers, but they were too expensive. I didn't even know there was an edible version.
For the power in
It's
your
Rita
local
Repulsa.
supermarket, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers food and snacks new from Saban Foods.
Oh my God, it was their own brand? Because Saban was the company that made Power Rangers. I didn't even know they had their own food brand to make it. Oh my God. So that was not a licensing deal.
Hey kids, now you can grab the power with the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger food.
Wait, what?
Great
I just watched this. Can we go to the next one? There we go.
They're squirmy and wormy and purple and green.
This is the song that I remember. This song, because this ad would play all the time, you'd hear it and it would stick in your head, this song, okay?
The grossest little creatures that you've ever seen.
Creepy crawlers!
Build a monster mold with the colored plastic goop and make a creepy crawler from a yucky monster soup. They're ucky, yucky, squirmy, wormy, very scary, sometimes hairy, squiggly, wiggly, creepy crawling. Creepy crawlers! Gross,
You saw the kid? He's like, yeah, I got him. I got Dad. I fooled him.
Embarrass your dad. You can be a little creep without being bad.
Creepy Crawler's Workshop with plastic goof.
Wait a minute. You can be a little creep without being bad. If you were like pranking your family with these things, wouldn't they be pissed at you? Right? Like, here's the thing. You know the kids didn't do those innocent things. They'd be like, put it in your food and shit, right? You're eating, and all of a sudden there's like a rubber bug, and you feel like, right? Again, it just seems like you're promoting the bad behaviors of kids. You don't want the kids messing with people in the house with these toys. I don't know. Anyway. What's this? Oh, Christmas tree? Yeah, look. So they lit up a palm tree. Oh my God. It's a Christmas ad from Corona Extra. So the idea is, if you live out in a tropical environment, you can't celebrate traditional Christmas. So drink Corona Extra beer and put lights on a palm tree. Oh, okay. That's ridiculous. I don't remember this one, but I guess it kind of makes sense. All right.
The fun is back. Oh, yes, sirree. It's the 2600 from Atari.
Oh, shit.
It's the video system with classics galore, from Space Invaders to cars that roar.
We're totally ripping off Run DMC or those shitty movies from the 80s, you see. Yeah, like Revenge of the Nerds. That's what this sounds like, Revenge of the Nerds.
A real hip joystick controls the screen. Solaris is hot and Midnight Magic's mean. And one more thing, it's got a special low price, under $50. $50? Now, isn't that nice? The fun is back, oh yes, siree. It's the 2600 from Atari.
So under $50. Keep in mind this was the 1980s, right? But yeah, I mean this thing back in the day, you got to remember something. So back in the day, it was not like today where every game that came out for a console was a licensed title. Back then, anyone could make games for the console. So you would get games that were like officially through Atari. You would get third-party games. You would get like bad knockoff games. I remember, even me, I had a 7800 and it worked with 2600 games. And I had like real cartridges, but then I had things that looked like these weird-ass fucking things that didn't look like normal games, but they still worked with it. And those were the knockoff titles from like the company. So you could get cheap games as well. Like the libraries were giant back then, right? That's just crazy. $50. Think about that. $50 for a whole game console and everything, right? It's pretty wild. Ooh, here we go.
Now you can be as clever as Kevin with Tiger's new TalkBoy tape recorder.
Ah.
Hey, stop drooling on me. Hey! on me.
No, that's great. No, that's legitimately great. That's fucking great. You saw the kid, he was like, oh, no, I wasn't doing nothing. I was doing nothing. I was sitting right here. Nope, 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 not me, not me. That was seriously good.
Kids were home early.
Hi, kids. We're home early.
Tiger's new cardboard tape recorder comes with audio cassette. Batteries not included.
That's great. Because that's very similar to how it was used in the movie. I bet this was humongous. How much you want to bet? This was incredibly popular at the time in the 90s when that movie came out. Probably every kid wanted one of these. And then they actually made it. That's wild. The funny part is it's made by Tiger. Shitty Tiger, who made those shitty handheld video games that were junk. It's not like made by like a cassette company and it's not good. It's probably a piece of shit, right? Cypress says, you know what's crazy? The entire Atari library of games on ROM is actually less than 5 megabytes. I mean, I believe it. Do you see the games? See how simple they were back then? But man, some of those were good. They were addictive games, right? Interesting. Anyway, this is pretty funny. Like, I find this very entertaining, this ad, because it took the idea of what that was, the device was in the movie. That was a prop in the movie. It didn't really exist. I think what happened was the movie became so popular that people wanted it. So, hey, consumer demand, we got to make that thing fast. So they pumped out a product to sell. It's pretty good.
Hi, I'm here at Hardee's to tell you how you can get an exciting Home Alone 2 poster.
So Hardee's. Is Hardee's the same as Carl's Jr.? I think they're the same, right? Today, anyway.
They're all from the movie, you know, where Kevin gets lost in New York and has to outsmart the burglars. There's an easy way to get these posters. Just purchase a large sandwich.
Ew. Ew. That's what they were at. That's the average. Look at that sandwich. That totally looks like a dog turd on a bun. Oh, God, that looks terrible. That was the ad? That looks like a fucking shit cake, man. That is absolutely nasty. The bacon looks all right. The tomato looks all right. But the burger looks vomit-inducing. Ugh.
Which large fries and a large soft drink, which comes in a Home Alone 2 collector cup, and you get a poster free. So hurry into Hardee's.
Free Home Alone 2 posters only at Hardee's.
Oh, my God.
It's here.
So I've never eaten at Hardee's. I only ate at Carl's Jr. once ever. And it was when I first moved out here almost a decade ago. There was a Carl's Jr. almost like 45 minutes away from me. And at that point, I was looking for food to do for my series DSP Tries It. I drove all the way out there, and the day I arrived, there's no adults in the building. It's all teenagers running the store. Apparently, I guess the manager's called out or whatever. And the entire store is run like shit. They fucked up my order. I never went back. So I've never legitimately had Hardee's or Carl's Jr. to know if it's any good or not.
A force so phenomenal, a power of such interdimensional proportions, you'd think it was right out of a movie. It is, and it's only
It is the Power Rangers
the
movie.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and their Ninja Zords have landed.
Okay, take a look at that Big Mac. This is so funny looking at these ads. Take a look at that Big Mac. That looks like 2 quarter-pounder burgers. Or almost like 2 Whoppers from Burger King in the Big Mac. In reality, it's these tiny cheeseburger patties. It's literally exactly the same as the cheeseburger patty in a cheeseburger on the Big Mac. It looks nothing like that whatsoever.
You can get a break, and your kids can get a more phenomenal Ninja Zord and action figure set for just $1.59 when you buy a Happy Meal or large sandwich. Collect them all. They're here to save.
Are those the ones from the movie? Because if I remember correctly, didn't one of them get a frog and he was very upset that his animal was the frog? I remember the line from the movie. He's disappointed that his animal is a frog. But I don't see a frog. Are these not the right creatures from the movie? Wait a minute. Am I thinking about the sequel? I'm thinking about the sequel. Never mind. In the sequel is where they got the frog. In the original movie, they just got the standard animals, correct? Okay. That's where I'm getting confused. Yeah, if you can believe it, I saw all the shitty movies. They're terrible. Okay.
The world.
Sir? Yes?
You gonna eat all those fries?
Have you had your break today?
Wow.
There's a cereal.
Power Ranger wants to steal your fries. Oh, it is!
New Slimer ghosts, fruit flavored oats. Ghostbusters with milk and juice and toast. A complete breakfast with.
Okay, wait a minute. What if you were Ray Parker Jr.? All right. For those who don't know, Ray Parker Jr. was the pop musician who made the Ghostbusters theme. In reality, he did have a successful career before Ghostbusters came out, but definitely the Ghostbusters theme is the thing that everyone knows, right? Ray Parker Jr. So imagine the one thing that you're claimed to fame is this one song. But then every time that a Ghostbusters piece of merch comes out, they don't hire you. Did you listen to this? Listen to the song.
There's a cereal in the neighborhood. New Slimer ghosts, fruit flavored oats. Ghostbusters with milk and juice and toast. A complete breakfast with the ghosts.
That's not the song. So unless that is, maybe they did pay Ray. Was that Ray Parker Jr. singing the theme? Because if not, can you imagine if like this is what you're known for, but then every piece of merch that comes out, they just knock off your song and they don't give you credit, right? I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be seriously angry. So let's see, what is this?
Told you it's glowing. It's the real Ghostbuster cereal.
Hi, it
First cereal box
glows.
that glows in the dark with 4 glow-in-the-dark Ghostbuster trading cards.
Oh, I had this. 100% I remember this. Because I had it and I cut the trading cards out of the box. Absolutely, I had this box.
Have it. The first cereal box that glows in the dark.
Yep, I totally remember that. You got to realize, Ghostbusters were insanely popular in the 1980s when the first movie came out, and then when the sequel came out, kids loved it, and they had the real Ghostbusters cartoon show, and that was huge, and it had a million toys and everything. So that's just wild. They had multiple cereals. That was 2 different kinds of cereal right there. I want to say I had it because, like I said, I remember that box, but I don't recall it. Was the cereal, I think it was Marshmallow Ghost? Yes, no, I remember it. It was Marshmallow Ghosts, and they would melt in the cereal, and sometimes they would have the rare ghost that actually had the no symbol on it, like ghost busting symbol on it, on the ghost, and those were the rare ones, if I remember correctly. Yeah, because they were like bigger, chunkier marshmallows. Okay. Well, let's continue. All right, more Ghostbusters. This one at Hardee's again.
And we're the official headquarters. You know what that means. We're gonna be busy? You better believe it. Remember, guys, only we've got what every Ghostbuster wants. Chicken sticks? Who are you gonna call?
What the hell is that?
You see a ghost, blast.
I don't see any ghosts.
See? It works. I ain't afraid of no ghost. They're here. Hey, let's cook.
Collect all 4 Ghost Blasters, only at Hardee's.
So all it was a noisemaker. Collect all 4 Ghost Blasters. All 4? 2 of them look exactly the same. Right? 2 of them... Okay, never mind. The one on the far left is gray. Then there's a black. Then there's a white. Then there's a red. Each sold separately with the purchase of a cinnamon and raisin biscuit or any dessert. So how much do you want to bet? No one bought that shit at Hardee's, so they wanted to make people buy it. So this is how they basically raised awareness of those products, is you had to buy one of those. And then you would get this for $1.79. Of course, all the kids probably wanted it, right? Yeah, they're just exactly, they're just noisemakers. I mean, again, there was no Hardee's in Connecticut where I grew up, so I never had this. But I'm not surprised. I probably wouldn't even care about this, even if they had it. Like, it's just a stupid noisemaker. It's not even a toy. It's not even like a, it's not an action figure. It's nothing to play with. It just make a fucking annoying noise, right? That's you know what they call that? Instant regret, because the parents probably bought that and then immediately regretted it because all they heard all day was that fucking noise. So here we go, 86. If I recall, wasn't the original Ghostbusters movie around this time? I can't remember the exact year it came out.
Something strange in the neighborhood.
Oh, hello.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
Each sold separately.
Have no fear. Thank me. Stamps and Spangler are here. So are these ghosts.
I had
They've
these.
got ectoplasm.
I had all of
Freezing
these.
Scoops.
Yes, I did. I remember it.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I don't think I had Stay Puffed, but I had the ghost that went on the head. I remember that.
Let's show this pile of dessert who's boss. Activating
I had
Troll
Egon.
Blaster.
I know that. I think I had
Where,
Egon and Ray. I don't know if I had Peter. I know I had Egon and Ray, and it came with that goo.
Ghost.
Peter Venkman, ectoplasm, Stay Puft
So, by
Marshmallow
the way, I'm not even kidding you. All right? I'm starting to feel sick. Do you want to know why? I got to tell you a story. All right? That fake ectoplasm shit smells so disgusting. It has this weird smell to it, and it makes you sick. Like, I don't know what it is, but it literally made me sick when I was a kid. Like I don't know what the chemical smell was of it. It was supposed to be safe, but it really made me sick. And not only this with Ghostbusters, but also they had it for He-Man. Hordak had a pit. He called it the slime pit, and it was the same shit. And it really legit made me like turn my stomach. So I would play with it, but then I would feel real sick, and sometimes I would barf as a kid. I don't know what it was. It was just this, and not even kidding. Like thinking about it now, actually, I'm 41 years old, and I'm having an association in my head of that slime with vomit, and I'm feeling sick to my stomach right now. So I don't know what it was. It was something about it that made me sick, you know. But I remember. So the Ghostbusters toys, you come with each one had a proton pack. And had that little thing you would twizzle around that would make it look like it was like a beam coming out. And each one came with a little ghost. And one of them went on their head. I remember that. And I had a Ray stance. Yes, the Evil Horde slime pit. I had the Evil Horde slime pit. Yes, I did. But anyway, I had a Ray stance that was a transforming one. So you would squeeze his legs together. And his head would like go, ah! Like it would stretch out. And he'd have crazy long eyes. This crazy exasperated. It looked like he's freaking out. Because a ghost was coming after him. They had all those like transforming Ghostbusters toys back in the day. And I had a few of them. Now you may question, you might say, I don't get it. Why is it called the real Ghostbusters toy commercial? So there's a funny story. You may want to listen to this one. So when word got out in the 1980s that these famous comedians, you know, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and then Harold Ramis, who was known as a comedic writer and director back then, that they were going to be getting together to make a comedy movie. And it was going to be called Ghostbusters. There was another company, okay, that essentially thought ahead and said, hey, wait a minute. So, basically, if this is going to be hot, right, what we want to do is we want to jump on that bandwagon. Now, they already had a Ghostbusters cartoon, okay, and it had a gorilla. It was really weird. It was a really weird cartoon. I remember watching it a few times, and I was like, what is this? It's not the real Ghostbusters. It's some other show. They went out, and they bought the licensing rights to the name Ghostbusters for everything. They licensed toys, food, t-shirts, everything. They literally licensed it all, all right? So when the movie came out and it was a hit, they couldn't make any of this stuff that said Ghostbusters because there was another company that owned the rights. So in order to make their own kids show and toys, they had to change the name from Ghostbusters to the real Ghostbusters so then they could trademark all of the stuff. It was pretty interesting because like, why the fuck would they call it the real Ghostbusters? Right? It doesn't make sense. So they got kind of boned in that regard, but it still worked. Like, the real Ghostbusters remained super popular, and that other Ghostbusters show, it faded into obscurity after, like, a couple of years. No one cared about it. But this stuff, you know, continued on. It was very, very popular at that time. So, okay. Filmation. I'm being told the company's name was Filmation that owned the original. There you go. All right. Let's continue on.
When you're at Burger King Kids Club, fun things happen.
I remember this commercial 100%. Saw it a million times. So, as I said earlier with Blockbuster, what they would do is they would have all these things that were like marketing tie-ins, okay? But they would create characters for it. So you'd have a kids club for a fast food chain, and be like, oh, Boomer and Scooter and Wheels and Laser and you know, Speedy. And they'd be like cartoon characters. But the thing is, there was no cartoon. It wasn't like the show existed. It was only for marketing. So when you went to the store, they'd have like a kids club placemat with all these characters on it. But it's not like there was anything it tied in with. It just existed to try to lure kids to the store, you see?
You get a membership card, stickers, a free birthday meal, and mail filled with cool stuff. You can join at any Burger King for free. All you gotta be is a kid.
Burger King is transforming your world into
gargoyles.
Gargoyles. With your favorite new television heroes as transforming toys. They're spinning Goliath, color-changing Broadway, and
oh crap, I had all
You can
these.
collect all four.
No, I totally remember that. I had the spinning Goliath, which is stupid. It's just him inside of those spinning things. It's no big deal. And color-changing Broadway, yeah, he would look like he was made of stone, but if you got it warm in any way, it would change color to green, which is kind of cool. I remember I had both of those, and I had some of those cups. Yeah, I had all that stuff.
Every kid's meal, only at Burger King.
You don't remember the cartoon? Oh, it was very popular at the time because basically Warner Brothers was doing their version of serious business kids shows. So they had gone into, say, Batman, the animated series and stuff like that. Well, Disney wanted their equivalent of that, where it wasn't just, oh, the Disney Afternoon, DuckTales, and Chip and Dale. They wanted something that was more adult-themed. So they created Gargoyles, which is their version of the gothic, more teen-oriented cartoon, with more serious overtones and violence and stuff like that. So that's what that was.
The Burger King Kids Club. It's a cool place.
Huh? Oh, skip that.
We're the Kids Club kids, we just want
So here it is. Here's the Kids Club.
the Kids Club
Yep.
kids to a speed case #1.
The Burger King Kids Club. Where it's cool to be a kid.
It didn't make sense because, number one, did you ever go to Burger King and meet with other kids to have lunch? I never did. I went there with my family. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go with my friend Billy and we're going to go to Burger King to eat today. Like, what? No, that never happened. And when you went there, all it was like, there's a placemat you would get that like has the kids on it, and maybe you color it or whatever. And like they said, there's newsletters. You get a newsletter in the mail, but it had nothing to do with anything. It wasn't like, oh, my favorite characters, we watch the cartoons or whatever. It was nothing like that. But it was definitely a clever marketing ploy. I totally remember this kind of stuff from the 90s.
Burger King is celebrating Walt Disney's The Lion King with Lion King
Oh,
size
this was the big one. No. You guys have no idea. This was the motherlode of fast food kids tie-ins in the 1990s. When The Lion King came out, all right, it was an anomaly. It was the most popular animated movie of all time at that time. I don't know if it still is, but it was at that time. Highest grossing, longest playing in theaters, right? People went and saw it multiple times and stuff. These toys, when Burger King got this sponsorship, they probably had no idea that it was going to be so big. People were lining up at the time only to go to Burger King to buy the kids' meal to try to get the kids the toy, because the kids all wanted these different toys. The problem was they would always have the same one or two. They would never have the ones that you wanted. Like you're going to see. So I remember Pumbaa was common. What else?
Pumbaa and Timon, the lovely Nala, and
okay, that one they had all the time. The hyena. I totally remember. I had like 7 of that thing.
Ed the hyena.
Yes.
7 toys in all.
Okay, so I can tell you right now, out of the toys you're seeing here, all right, the incredibly common one was Pumbaa, Simba, and the hyena. I never had any of the other 4, and I went a lot trying to get them. Rafiki, Mufasa, Nala, and Scar. Never saw them ever. I don't know if they were just rare or if there were so many people going constantly that they would sell out or whatever. I don't know. And, it was hard. And then what happened was, so they were so popular, okay, so incredibly popular, that they extended the run and they brought it back multiple times that year. How many times did you say there was a kid's meal at a fast food place that was so popular they kept bringing it back? So they brought this back like 2-3 times over the course of the year as they manufactured more and more toys because kids wanted these toys. It was that wild. So yeah, I remember I only had, and I went every once in a while. You know, I didn't eat fast food all the time, but maybe like once or twice a month. And they had this for like 2-3 months, and then it went away. Then it came back again. I went back again. I could only get the same toy over and over. It was always the same one. It's like, it's pretty cool to try to get it, right? Cyber says, I was 7 years old. I remember my mom got me the Lion King. The Lion King Mean, and I got Puma. Huh? I think your autocorrect screwed it up. She got me a Lion King comic book also. Lion King was everywhere. Yeah, your autocorrect screwed up your comment, Cypress. I don't know what it really meant. But no, Lion King was hugely popular. I had a Lion King t-shirt. I had a Lion King mug. I had a Lion King cup from Burger King. I had the toys. I had the soundtrack. I had the movie. Lion King was giant. I think the only thing I didn't have, I never had like a stuffed animal or anything. Right? Oh, the Lion King meal, and you got Pumbaa. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I never had like a stuffed animal or anything like that. Oh, I even had the game. I had the video game on SNES, which was very tough. It was a very difficult game for a kid back in the day. It's a very challenging game actually. So, but yeah, it was giant. It was like a huge thing, man. So, okay. By the way, I received a $2 tip from Little Shake and Bake. Do you believe in ghosts or anything supernatural? Also, I'm mad. McDonald's and other restaurants are changing their designs. They look boring and bland. Oh, well, things always change over time, and they always think that it's hip or, in with a new group of people or whatever. There's not much you can do about that, but do I believe in ghosts or whatever? I've said this many times. I'll just say it quickly. I'm not closed-minded. I believe that there's potential that there could be things we do not understand out there in the world that, maybe it's supernatural, maybe it's not. But the thing is, I almost feel like if they do exist, they probably can be explained. It's just that we don't understand it yet. Like right now, we have documented evidence of unidentified flying objects that are moving faster than any of our science should say things could move. We have it. We have the footage. It exists, right? So does that mean it's just some crazy space alien? No. It could easily mean there's something on Earth that we're not aware of. Maybe we just don't know everything, right? Maybe there are things that it has to do with, maybe not ghosts, maybe interdimensions, multiverses, time. How does time truly work? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's things we just don't get yet. And that's what some of this stuff is, right? So I'm not closed-minded to it. However, no, I've never had any kind of a supernatural experience myself ever in my life. So I have no evidence to say yes or no. I have no personal experience for myself. But what I can say is, I'm not closed-minded to it. Maybe it does exist and we just don't understand it yet. So there you go. Okay, let's continue on. Lion King, humongous in the 90s. More Lion King.
The king of burgers.
Okay, you want to know the truth? There's another real funny part, right? That's the song they put into the ad. Guess what song isn't part of the Lion King soundtrack? That song is not part of the movie. It's only referenced very briefly by Timon once. He's humming it or singing it as he walks through the forest, and that's it. It's not part of the soundtrack. But the thing is, that's the song that parents at the time knew about lions. So this was constantly in the marketing for the movie, and it's not part of the movie. It's not. It says, oh, I know that song. Oh, yeah, everyone knows the jungle lion song. Like, what's the name of that song? It's not in the movie. No one even knows. Right? That's true. Lions don't even live in the jungle. They live in the plains of the Serengeti, in caves and stuff like that. They don't live in the jungle. What are you talking about? See? Anyway, here we go.
Great The Lion King, now in theaters, with Lion King size value, like our $1.99.
Oh man, so that was the kids' meal back then. Take a look at that. You know what? I've got to give it to Burger King. That looks incredibly realistic. Does that not look like exactly what you would get if you were to order a kids' meal? I mean, now the $1.99 is pretty cool because that's cheap back then. Today the kids' meal is probably like $7, right? But take a look. A standard cheeseburger, and that's exactly how the standard cheeseburger looks at Burger King. You get a couple pickles, your ketchup, your mustard, and the burger on the bun, and that's pretty small. Look at the fries. They're actually the correct proportion to the burger, and there's not a lot. It's a small fry, correct? And a small soda. That's fair. They didn't misrepresent their food in this ad and make you think like you were getting something you were not getting. Oh, take a look at the bottom of the screen. This is interesting. Read the fine print at the bottom. Offer availability subject to independent owner participation. Prices may vary for a limited time while supplies last. Why? Because again, because it was so huge that many owners, after the first wave of Lion King sold out, they had enough. They were like, this is too much trouble. We constantly have people coming in asking for the Lion King toys, and they want a specific toy, and they're pissed off at us if we don't have it. So they were like, nah, you know what? We actually don't want to do that. We did the first line, forget it. We just don't want to have Lion King toys here no more, you know? So that's pretty funny that they had that at the bottom. Of course, who read that? Who could even read that? Can you imagine seeing that on your old TV back in the day? How would you even read that? Right? You would never read that. What is my favorite fast food chain today? I don't eat fast food often enough to have a favorite chain. But back in the day, it was Burger King because that's what my parents wanted to eat. My mom had this weird, ill-conceived notion that flame-broiled burgers were better than like McDonald's or other burgers because they were flame-broiled. They were better for you. We all know today they're all bad for you, right? It doesn't matter what burger you get from fast food. But she thought, oh, we're going to get it. We'll get it from Burger King. It's better, right? So, okay, let's continue. Yeah!
Behold the Jewel Lords, Solitaire, Flamestone, and Sunstone. Jewels so powerful, Magmar will stop at nothing to possess them.
I had
so
Magmar.
The nastiest new Rock Lords, Spearhead and Saberstone, are sent to capture them.
Time to polish off a few Jewel Lords. Polish this Saberstone. Boulder!
Yes, that's what you would do. So, I totally remember these because I had them. So, at a time when Transformers was huge, right? Transformers would turn into vehicles, and every once in a while, a gun or an animal. Rock Lords literally turned into rocks. Okay? And you might say, well, that's shitty. Why would a kid want a rock? Oh, you want to know why? Because that's what you would do. You would transform your Rock Lord into the rock, and you would fucking chuck them against each other. You'd line them up like you're playing bowling. Like you would line up a bunch of toys, you would roll the Rock Lord into them, and boom! Knock them all over, and it was fun. The only problem was they would break. And that's what happened to my Rock Lords. I would throw them against each other, and the arms and legs would pop off and shit. And, of course, then they would never go back together because they were busted. But, yeah, so this was very popular. At the time of Transformers, it was one of the knockoff Transformers that actually did pretty well at the time. I had a few. I remember I had one that was, like, brown. I had that Magmar, whatever his name was. He was the evil dude. I had him. And I probably had, like, maybe four Rock Lords. And I would have 2 versus 2 and, like, fight them against each other, roll them together and stuff like that.
So separately new from
yeah, him. I had him. This is hilarious. Includes paid promotion. No shit. These are all paid promotions. Now, Mr. Bucket was on TV all the time when I was a kid, but it definitely you could tell this is a toy for younger kids, so I never cared about it or had it.
Hi, I'm Mr. Bucket. I'm Mr. Bucket. Toss your balls in my top. I'm Mr. Bucket. Out of my mouth I will pop. I'm Mr. Bucket. We're all gonna win. I'm Mr. Bucket.
The game's Mr. Bucket. The first to get their balls into Mr. Bucket wins, but look out, because the balls will pop out of his mouth.
I'm Mr. Bucket.
So, first of all, number one, let's think of it practically, okay? Very practically. Number one, it's not a very good toy because it's shooting balls all over your house. What happens when the balls shoot all over your house? They immediately get lost, right? They're going under furniture. They're rolling into corners. They're rolling down staircases. Your pets are chasing them. It's not a very viable toy. That's number one. Number two, this only works on a hardwood floor. If you have a carpet, what happens? It pops it out and just gets stuck right on the carpet. It doesn't go anywhere. So that doesn't... the toy itself is stupid, okay? And then number two, do we really have to talk about a toy talking about balls in its mouth? Really? I mean, maybe a kid doesn't really get it, you know, and that's good. But, I mean... Anyway.
A false provider, my man, I'm Mr. Bucket. A ball is what I'm about, I'm Mr. Bucket. We're all gonna run, I'm Mr. Bucket.
Mr. Bucket from Milton Bradley.
You just see little Billy. He's playing, Mr. Bucket. And then all of a sudden he stands up and he goes, "Oh, I win! Ah, I win! Ah, Billy, what did you do? Well, that's how you play, right? Oh!" Oh my God. I don't know. Some of this stuff from the past doesn't age very well. Ooh, here we go. I can already tell you this is Mentos, right from the song.
It doesn't matter what comes. Fresh goes
Oh no!
With Mentos fresh and
Your suit is ruined, stupid.
Nothing gets to you.
Look at this.
Staying fresh, staying cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better. Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Do you really think that would work? He's going to a big business meeting. He accidentally gets white paint on his suit. So he purposefully makes more white paint streaks on his suit. He's going to go to work like that. And no one's going to say nothing. It's fine, right? Discount Rob Lowe. You can tell they're trying to get a certain look, right? That 1980s, 1990s business, young strapping businessman look, right? Also, the suit doesn't even fit him. You can tell the suit's like way too big. But they probably needed to do that for the ad or whatever, right? I'm sure that would go over well at work. No problems. Oh.
You love delicious homemade desserts, but recipes can be complicated and take so long to make. Hi, Kathy Mitchell here with my new dump cake cookbook.
Dump
Forget
cakes?
measuring. Now you can easily make homemade desserts in minutes. It's as simple as dump and bake for delicious desserts every time, guaranteed. Watch this. Start with fruit, dump on your favorite cake mix, and finish with a can of soda. Or you can use diet for a guilt-free dessert. Then just bake it in the oven for a delicious raz and peach dump cake. Oh, so scrumptious. Look,
she calls it a dump cake, but it's really not like a cake, right? It's more like almost like a cobbler, right?
Kids will devour
Maybe not.
this
That looks
s'mores
like
chocolate
cake.
cake in a skillet. And easy? Here's the cake mix. Just dump on the good stuff. Chocolate chips, marshmallows, even chocolate cookies. Bake and voila. The best dessert ever. Now here's one of my favorites. Just dump syrup, sugar, cinnamon, and nuts in a pan, and then just layer in some biscuits. For fresh, warm, sticky buns. Ooh, just like Grandma used to make. You'll even get speedy mug recipes. Crushed pineapple, angel food cake mix, 1 minute in the microwave, and yummy pineapple.
The mug thing definitely works because they actually sell those in stores now, right? But why do I not believe like it doesn't really work? Right? I don't know, right? I don't know. Something about it. I don't know if I believe it. The mug thing I've seen, like you can make a mug. You know what they call it, like mug muffin or something, where it actually makes like a baked pastry in the mug, and you can eat it. But I don't know about. Like, the whole cake thing doesn't seem right. Like, it seems to be like this would be mushy. Like, if you put fruit and everything in there, it's going to be like a cobbler. And that's fine, right? Eat a cobbler. But don't push it like it's a full cake. That certainly doesn't look like it would be like a full puffy cake to me. I don't believe that, actually. That would be a puffy cake, right?
Side dump cake.
It really is mistake-proof. You just dump and bake. I never knew homemade desserts could be this easy.
Feast your eyes on these homemade dishes and chocolatey desserts, all made with ramen noodles.
Really?
What?
Ramen noodles? Yes, ramen.
It's her.
Hi, Kathy Mitchell here with my new Ramen Joy.
Ramen
cookbook.
Joy?
Filled with unbelievable recipes everyone will love.
What?
This entire basket costs under $10. And wait till you see what you can make with it. Check these out. Ramen shrimp, ramen tacos, even ramen sliders. Watch this.
Who the fuck would want to eat ramen sliders?
Brown some beef or any other meat with a ramen seasoning pack. Dump in a package of ramen, a good-sized squirt of ketchup, and a can of cola. Yes, cola. For a fantastic barbecue beef pasta better than what they serve at the rib joint.
Dude. No, that looks absolutely disgusting. Are you kidding? There's no way that they think that that looks or tastes good, man. There's no way. That looks like duty. It looks like a pile of liquid that came out of your ass. That looks like ramen that's already been eaten. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, everyone please give a huge shout out and thank you to NDO. NDO103 just dropped a 20-member bomb on the channel today. What I would like to do is take an opportunity to look and see how many members we actually have before I update the leaderboard. But, great.
It's sometime in the future.
Actually, is this just the next one? Hold on.
Your
Yes, I
eyes
want to
on-
watch that ramen thing. Okay, I knew that was going to happen. I got caught on something. So, hold on. Let's do a shout out for everyone who just got a membership, and you're getting your pop-ups right now, guys. Thank you very much, NDO. So, shout out to Mango Pimp, Cheetah Man, Meatball Man, Captain Wilson, Dank Spectre, Escanor, Project Hail Mary, Jeff, Mishael, Aaron is Buddha, J-Pep, Sleepy Invader Z, Ed82, Big Ocho, Bald Zam, Squishy G, Super Jerk, McVoles, the Kurt Russell, and Craig N. Is that 20? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that's 20. Awesome. So congratulations to everyone. Now let me take a quick look and actually see how many members we have. So I want to update this accurately. Remember, I am trying to build the membership back up to where it was. I'm trying to get it back to 500 today. If we can get there, that would be great. We still have quite a ways to go on today's marathon. So let's take a quick look and see where we are. Update appropriately so we know how many more we have to go. Here we go. We're currently at 494 members. I'm glad that I checked. 494. Oh, and that is including, I guess, as I was checking, Weary Mark just gifted a membership, and it went to Walter Moss. So congratulations, Walter Moss. Everyone be sure to thank, if you just got a gifted membership, be sure to thank the person who gave it to you, all right? 'Tis the season to be appreciative of the generosity of others, okay? So excellent. And that gets us up to 494 out of 500. We're almost to the 500 goal that I had set for today's stream. So that is excellent, okay? All right, excellent. Thank you so much, NDO. Thank you, Weary Mark. I really appreciate that. Very nice. Okay, I got distracted. Okay, quick reminder, everyone, that if we happen to hit $100 of tips today, which at this point, maybe we're not going to, I will take a shot for every 100 that we raised for the stream. That was my way of kind of limiting the amount of shots that I would do today. And looks like we're probably not going to do it. So that's fine. But my whole goal here is to hopefully, between the two streams, or excuse me, between the one marathon stream, make up as if I had done 2 gameplay streams today. So if you could support the stream in some way today, if you're liking the content, that'd be great. Tips would be a great way to help out. Okay? Thank you for that. Now, let's get back to where we were. Here it is.
Or form cooked ramen and egg into a fast pizza crust. Then add your favorite toppings for a mouth-watering pizza in minutes.
Ramen pizza crust? Yeah, that'll hold together. Right.
It's right here on page 84. And here's my favorite. Just dump some ramen on top of some leftover chicken and veggies. Add a can of soup, stir and bake. A delicious feast for the whole family, all for less than $3.
I mean, it's casserole. She says less than $3. No, it's not. It's less than $3 if you didn't have the chicken and veggies left over from another meal. Right? What are you talking about? That's a blatant lie.
Want the best salad ever? Start with lettuce, onions, and mandarin oranges.
No, don't do
Top
that.
with crushed ramen and pecans, and use your seasoning pack to make an awesome dressing. A restaurant bestseller you can
Who
easily
would
make.
want dry clumps of ramen sitting in a salad? You know, there's things you could have in it. Why would you want dry, uncooked clumps of ramen in your salad? Huh?
At home. Ooh, love that crunch. How about these decadent truffles or Grandma's ramen apple pie?
Ramen and
I
apple
love these
pie?
recipes. I made the creamy berry crumble. It was fast, easy and so delicious.
So amaze everyone with my new Ramen Joy cookbook, just $10. But wait, you can also get ramen nibbles with my favorite party recipes, like these cheesy jalapeno poppers or this fresh ramen hummus. And don't forget dessert, chocolate mousse-filled ramen cups.
The thing is, like, anyone could do this. This is not like you don't have to spend any money. All you have to do is take a recipe, and instead of putting in good ingredients that taste good, you substitute ramen, right? Like, there's no... You don't have to pay for this cookbook, right? And the thing, how much effort did she really put into this to figure this out? She probably sat around for like 1 week and said, I'm just going to pop out 100 ramen recipes. And they narrowed it down to like 20 or 30 that they thought would maybe look good if they presented them well, right? But like, take a look at what we're looking at right now. Whatever that is, a chocolate pastry or whatever. You could easily make that without ramen. And it would probably taste better than with the ramen. Just substitute the ingredient it's supposed to have, right? So what, I don't understand what her selling point is. Like when she said, oh, you could make dinner for under $3. No, you can't. The reason you made that dinner for under $3 is because you added ramen and a can of soup, which is like, what, $1? And then you added in leftovers. The leftovers cost money. So you didn't make dinner for $3. So there's no benefit to doing this at all. It still costs money.
Yummy! You can get both books with nearly 100 delicious ramen recipes for $10.
Oh, yeah.
Here's how to order.
Ramen
Call
coconut
1-800-383-7660 to get Ramen Joy on the special
I'm gonna
TV
call
offer,
right
but you must
now.
call now or go to www.buyramenjoy.com. So call 1-800-383-7660.
We gotta
That's
call this. We gotta get
1-800-383-7660. Call now.
It's sometime in the future.
Now, this ad we've seen before, but this ad is so classic. I would not mind, if we do this every year annually, I would not mind watching this literally every single year. This ad is so classic and so history making. You know what I mean? This is so good. You ready? We got to watch this. Oh, by the way, thank you to Lil Shake and Bake, who also just became a member today. Looks like that's a new one as well. So I believe we're up to $4.95 and climbing. Thank you guys so very much for the membership support. It's going to help a lot. Again, trying to maintain the 500 here. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go.
The ultimate challenge. Crossfire.
Yes. Yes. Come on. That song. Come on, get those balls in. When you lose, you fly into the background. So in reality, now did I ever own Crossfire? No, I did not. I'll make full disclosure here. I never owned it, right? It doesn't look that interesting. All it is these two marbles with like a spinning star design around it, right? And all you're doing is you're loading these metal balls into your gun and you're firing them at it to hit it into the other person's goal. I mean, yeah, you can also fire at their balls to try to hit between and kind of just, you know, stop them. But here's what I see, and I've never played it. I see the balls going everywhere. Like you're firing and they're just hitting each other and they're shooting off the board and kind of going in every direction, probably making a mess. I also see like you constantly have to be like grabbing all the balls together and constantly reloading. It's not an auto reload gun. So you have to constantly be loading this fucking thing with balls to shoot. I don't know, like this seems like one of those cases where marketing makes this look so good. And admittedly, I remember this ad every time. Crossfire, you get caught up in the crossfire, crossfire, crossfire. Right? It's that crazy. It's hype. But I don't think this is a good game. Like, I don't think it would be. I see people buying this and playing it for 15 minutes and be like, what the fuck? It sucks. It's nothing like how it's represented in the commercial. And by the way, when you lose, you don't get spun and shot out into space. And you don't get to get blown, like, into the stratosphere. Which sucks, because you want that to happen, right? Oh, yeah? People are saying that announcer is Don LaFontaine, who's the famous announcer who does, like, in a world where blah, blah, blah happens. In a world, blah, blah, blah. Right? So, oh, yeah? Some people are saying they had it, and it really was pretty low quality. I get it, but at the same time, I don't think that would be something fun that would last. It would be like you play it twice, and you're bored of it. Right? And it's too messy. The ball's going everywhere. Too much of a fucking pain in the ass, right? So, by the way, thank you to K-Styles1998. K-Styles has just gifted 5 more memberships to the channel, which has boosted our numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Arctic Sphinx, Johnny Johnson, Tyler Simba 1, Travis Bates, and Brink Double Tap to Activate. Thank you all. So because of that, it is official. We hit the 500 member goal that I was looking for today. So anything additional will just help the channel further. And I would appreciate that. Thank you so very much to everyone here today who supported, you know, in any way so far. And we're early. It's only 3:30, not even. And I'm here till like 7, 8 p.m. tonight. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. That's going to help the channel. All right. Any more members would help even more. Thank you. If you want to see me get a little tipsy, have a little fun with liquor, you might want to tip, because tips, every $100 I'm going to take a shot today. Okay? All right, cool. All right, cool. Thank you so much, K-Styles. Everyone, if you got that, if you got a gifted membership from K-Styles, be sure to thank K-Styles. All right? All right, let's continue here.
Sauerländer Gurken, knackig im Biss.
So it's German, and it was definitely made after the first Michael Bay Ninja Turtles movie, because that's a Michael Bay version of the Ninja Turtles. At least they didn't show anything. But I don't know. I'm going to tell you guys, after watching that commercial, I don't really have a desire to eat any pickles. I don't know about you guys. I'm not really feeling like I don't want to eat a pickle right now. In fact, I kind of want to stay away from pickles. I hope there's no pickles coming in my dinner. I don't know. I hope there's no pickles. That's very disturbing. Why on earth would they... Oh my god. That kind of did the opposite idea. Alright, a couple of shout-outs. Actually, I think it's a good time to split the part here. But we have a couple quick shout-outs to do. Thank you to Reflection, who re-upped their membership for 3 years. Excuse me, 3 months. And says, been watching for around 6 years. Thank you, Phil. No, thank you, Reflection, for watching for 6 years and for supporting my content. I really appreciate that. And I just received a $10 tip from an anonymous tipper. Thank you very much. You guys are about to see a new holiday animation, or it could be a retooled one from the past. Let's see. I don't even know what the $10 one is. Ah, yes. This is a remastered. If you can see, looks much better now than it used to. Redone for 2023. Very nice. Thank you very much to the anonymous $10 tipper. I appreciate that. And getting close. We're getting close to our first shot of the day, everybody. What will it be? You'll get to choose. All right. I feel this is a good opportunity for us to not only split the part, but for me to take a little break. So thank you all very much. And I hope that you guys will continue to watch. I hope that's only 2 parts. We got at least another whole hour left or more. It really depends on what people want to do today. But we have many more ads to get to. So thank you all for watching Adpocalypse 2.0. And I'll see you in the next part.